Hello, it's Monday, and it's both my day for a Project Chronicle video and my day to respond to a video from Heather. But because I've been traveling and it's very, very late, I'm going to make one video and have it count for both. As Heather mentioned, our theme this week is opposites, and I'm a little curious to hear what other people have to say. I don't know that I have that much to say about the idea of opposites. I like, Heather, what you said about finding contrasts and opposition in creating art. I think that's where all interesting art comes from, is in that kind of conflict. I think there is also something to be said for opposites in relationships. The cliche is that opposites attract, which is probably not entirely true. But there does have to be difference to produce the kind of reaction that fuels a relationship. And opposites may not be the right mental image. Opposites makes me think about people at opposite ends of a line kind of facing each other. Maybe it's better to think of it as perpendicular, as two lines coming from different angles but eventually crossing and forming a connection. I, in some ways, married my opposite. My husband's personality is in some ways the opposite of mine. He's introverted where I'm more extroverted. He's reserved where I'm more outgoing. He's pragmatic where I'm more philosophical. And those things work together pretty well. And I think it actually does lead to better decisions in your life to have someone who's kind of coming at it from a completely different angle. And in some ways, relationships tend to produce opposition just by their nature. Even for people who start out very similar in outlook, you will find, if you are making all your decisions jointly with another person, that sometimes you will just take the opposite view. Not to cause conflict, but just because there's something very natural about someone saying X and then you say Y. And you see this a lot with parenting, even issues where you never thought you would ever have an opinion. Suddenly your partner says something and you just say, well, no, we should do this, and you take the opposite view. And that can be frustrating and cause conflict, but you can also recognize it as that's just kind of a way of making sure you're thinking about the whole picture when you're making important decisions. And of course, once you have a kid, you learn a whole new dimension of creative opposition and contradiction, and whole phases of their lives where they just exist to say no to whatever you propose or to demand whatever you've just forbidden. And that's also a healthy process. That's a lot of how we become ourselves, is defining ourselves in opposition to others, to those around us, even those we love. And that's all for today, because as I said, it's very late, and I look forward to continuing the conversation another day. Bye for now.